Hello, welcome back to Questing Phoenix, episode 23. So in the last episode, I made a flower farm to make floating flowers, which I haven't done yet because I tore out the mana gen before I got many flowers, because I don't think lava is the best way to go for this. I think we should use hydrangeas instead. So I'm going to set up something like that. Let's just build a little enclosure for some water. And let's put some water in here. And then we will put just some kind of temporary block right in here so that I can get the mana spreader situated. Now let's bind the mana spreader. Is that going to be okay, or is it too... He might need to be up one higher. Let's just make sure I'm not going to have a problem with that. Because if it hits a block, it might not work right. Okay, that should be okay though. Now, let's go with the hydrangeas. 2, 3, and 4. Now, are they all bound? Yes. These things have a pretty short range to find a mana spreader to bind to, but this should be okay now. So, you can see it is making new flowers. Slowly, but there it is. Okay. So all we have to do now is put the soul sand back in there. Although, let's get a messenger lens for him before we do that, because he doesn't need much to do a mana pulse. Where's my wireless guy? So, a lens, a messenger lens. Let's make one of these. And then messenger lens requires paper. There we go, a messenger lens. There we go. Now he won't waste so much mana doing a mana pulse. Okay, so there we go. Every minute he will do the same thing he did before, just, I'm thinking some of the area where flowers could be created is being affected by this, so I may move this off camera somewhere a little bit nicer, but it's okay for now. These things will decay in about an hour, and we'll get about a stack of flowers from that, is what I found in testing. So, yeah, that's going to be fine, mostly. Just, probably need to move this wall back, a lot. But I will take care of that in the future. For now, it is just fine. So, now that we have some flowers, let's go make some floating flowers. Like, we could turn that Solagnolia into a floating Solagnolia, which I wanted to do in the first place. Okay, let's see here. Let's clear out these. I'm thinking that would be a better mana gen setup for there than the Endo Flames, because we can automate the fuel source too. So, that would be kind of handy. But, you've seen that already. I'll probably do that off camera. Let's see here. Where was I? Floating flowers? Yeah, what kind of flowers do we have? We've got 10 of these guys. Ooh, 14 of these. Yeah, there we go. I believe we need glowstone to make a glimmering flower. And we need pasture seeds. Those are going to be... grass, that's right. We should probably get some more grass. Alright. For now, let's go get 16 pasture seeds. Oh, I got picked up a flower. Yep, so we got to make these floating. Alright, so glimmering flower plus pasture seed plus dirt. equals floating flower. And floating plus solagnolia equals floating solagnolia. Cool. So I'm going to put this right up here so that he covers the entire area that he's supposed to. And that should work out pretty well. Alright. I may change the hopper hawk to an advanced item collector so we can filter on the flowers, because you can't really filter too many items, you know, with a hopper hawk. I don't want everything picked up by this guy though. That would probably be a bad thing. But if I change that, I'll do it later. So we now have flowers, and that means we can make that floating hopper hawk I needed to get the Grains of Infinity setup I was going to do last episode. So, don't have a hopper hawk anymore though. Use that for that setup. Ooh, that's a good reason to change him actually. I can take the hopper hawk instead. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Random Things has an item collector, and it's filterable, and it's awesome. So let's get one of those guys. Ender Pearl, Hopper, and some Obsidian. Am I out of iron again? Oh my, so I am. Okay, I'm going to go on a quick mining trip. I'll be right back. Alright, back from mining, getting some iron. And now we can keep working on that item collector. So let's get one of those going on. Alright, got the hopper now. And I can trade that in for an advanced item collector. And now all we need is a filter. So we're going to need some yellow dye and a piece of paper. So let's see here. Alright, so let's get some yellow dye, and I will eventually turn this into an auto-crafting recipe, but for now I just want to make one of these. Let's see here, let's make sure you keep a stack of paper at all times too. Alright. Okay, so piece of paper by yellow dye makes an item filter from refined storage. No, from this guy. So right click and we can match metadata or NBT or dictionary, whitelist, blacklist. It's pretty good. So let's get a mystical flower. It looks like they are all the same item type, just different metadata. So we'll take the mystical white flower and we will say ignore metadata, ignore NBT. Don't think there is any. I don't think there is any NBT, so just metadata and whitelist that. And now, rather than having this hopper over here, this hopper hawk, we will use this guy. And by default, he has a radius of 5 in every direction. That is plenty for what this will collect. So you can see he won't pick up the hopper hawk, but he will pick up any of the flowers. So, yeah, that will take care of that. And now we can finally get back to going down to work on, what am I doing? Igniter, Grains of Infinity. So, we need a Grain of Infinity. We need some kind of flower. So, need a floating flower. Looks like we've got the most lime. How about my last playthrough too? That's interesting. Oh wait, nope, most white ones. We're going to use lime anyway. Why? I don't know. We just are. So let's make a glimmering lime flower. we need a pattern. Alright. And I want to make that a floating lime flower. There we go. Oh, time to go to our second crafting. Okay. Floating. There we go. And we're going to keep one of him in stock at all times, because these are super useful. And we'll turn this hopper hawk into a floating hopper hawk. And now I need that item frame back. I need an ender chest. I need that igniter. I need the hovering hourglass. And I need a piece of soul sand. I'm going to use a 1 minute timer. That should be fine for what we're doing over here. I'm also going to grab a flint and steel and get a few grains of infinity, because we probably will need a few more, and this will take a while before it gets going. Now I could scale this up with like lots more igniters, and at some point that's probably what I will do, but I'll do that off camera. So, but this igniter thing is super handy. It's a flint and steel in an item form, in a block form, so just sets things on fire wherever it is in front of it. Alright, I've got some grains of infinity to keep hold of that, so we're going to put the igniter, we're going to right click, and we're going to ignite. We don't want to toggle the fire, we want to ignite. So all we have to do now is get it a timer, which is pretty easy with this thing. Then we need the ender chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put him right here. Got our item frame, grain of infinity, hopper hawk. I'm realizing I didn't bring out a weirding gadget. We'll need to go get one of those. So I don't know if he is far enough away from my base to need chunk loading or not, but he might. He's pretty far, given we're traveling in diagonal direction. So he could well be unloaded. So let's get a weirding gadget. There we go. Fortunately, they're not too expensive once you enter the mid-game. Gold and Eyes of Ender, not too hard to come by, really. At least not in modded, anyway. Alright. Make sure these things are chunk loaded. And I'm going to hope that extinguishes and gets a Grain of Infinity. Ah, no Grain of Infinity. Oh well. I have tested this system. It does work. So it's a little bit slow because, I only get one a minute. So basically you get 1 Grain of Infinity every 2 minutes. But, if you're playing, unless you need to water them all at once, that's an okay system. And it can be scaled up pretty easy. Those igniters are not very expensive to actually craft. Yeah, flint and steel, some netherrack, and some cobblestone. So, pretty easy to make. So, that should solve our Grains of Infinity problem. And if it's not enough, we will just scale up. So let's see here. We have 42 right now. So hopefully by the end of the episode, we will have more than that. But, it may take some time. Alright, so what else do we need to do? Alright, we should automate the tree farm, but this axe is pretty nice, but he runs out of power without being able to chop down all those trees. So it's hard to... I like to get them all in one fell swoop. And we can do that if we had more levels of Empowered. I got Empowered 1 for making him, and I found Empowered 2 on one of those Ender Swords I found. Let's get Empowered 3 and 4. So let's get some Dark Steel upgrades. By the way, are you making Dark Steel? You're not. Let's get a recipe for this guy. That's coal powder. Yeah, this is the one that I want. Iron, pulverized coal, and obsidian. So let's see here. Let's make sure you are keeping dark steel in stock. And we'll need another one of those things again, but I'll deal with that later. We'll run them down here and then run the cables right there. Let's see here. So what would be the next step then? We need to get dark steel upgrade. We need to get these blank upgrades. So to do that, we need to get dark iron bars, clay, and 4 pieces of string. So, you know, they're not early game, but you can get them. They're not difficult. It's going to be a processing recipe though. We need to do this. Need to know how to make dark iron bars, which it's a tad pricey. Alright, let's see here. Let's get that guy going. We need to make more alloy smelters too. Let's see here. If I wanted a dark steel upgrade, could you get them? It says that you could. Okay, let's go ahead and do that then. And let's speed this guy up. Yeah, okay. So I believe for 3 and 4 we're going to need a double layer and an octadic capacitor. So let's take these guys. Yep, there's Empowered 3. There's Empowered 4. So these have to be activated with levels. So they need, 12 levels and 16. That shouldn't be hard to get. We've got that. Okay, and then so now we can add these to the axe. There we go. We now have lots of power on this axe. Can now hold 1,000,000 RF, and that should be able to chop through all of those trees in pretty much one fell swoop without needing to recharge. Let me take this off, and that way I will know and be sure about that. Yeah, there we go. I mean, nice. That just chops down all of that. So I'll probably move these walls back a little bit and move the forest a little bit down, but a little away from here. I'll do it off camera though. But yeah, that worked out pretty well, I think. Alright, one more thing I'd like to get is a Silk Touch upgrade. This pick is about to die. I'd like to put Silk Touch on a Mana Cell pickaxe. Not this one. I got Fortune because, you know, I chose wrong. Oh well. But if we had a couple of these twigs, we could make a new one of these pickaxes. There we go. And now there is a tool from Ender.io. It is the Enchanter, and yeah, it will give us a mending book. That would be nice. So we need to get one of these guys. So let's make an Enchanter. Need a book. There we go, an Enchanter. And we will be given a book and quill, and we can choose any of these upgrades. Let's see here. Oh, we can go ahead and get Silk Touch. You know what? That's what I wanted anyway. I'll just go ahead and get that. Okay, so we'll put this guy right down here. So, don't need him right now, but normally we could make this book by putting a slime ball and 15 lapis in here with a book and quill and 13 levels, and we'd get Silk Touch. Since we already have it, let's apply it to our new pickaxe. It's going to require 4 levels. And there we go. A Silk Touch Mana Steel pickaxe. You, buddy, are going away. I don't need Fortune 1. In the future, I will Silk Touch the blocks like diamond and redstone and quartz, and I will sag mill them to guarantee better hauls. I'll start using that once this guy breaks, which is pretty soon, even with Unbreaking 2. You know, he's not going to be great. But we could put efficiency on him, though, and that may not be a bad idea. What would it take to get an efficiency 3 book? We would need, looks like 36 redstone and 9 lapis and some levels. Not really that bad. Let's make sure we've got a pattern for a book and quill. It's this guy, but what I want is Floral Black powder. So we need to make this instead. We will give it our pestle and mortar because we're not going to use it manually anymore. And we will make some Floral Black Dye. Now I could capture a squid and put it in the mob farm. That would work too, but this is good also. Okay, so let's make, well, we've got a book and quill actually. Well, we'll make a pattern anyway. Alright, and I wanted lapis. I want 9 lapis, and I want 36 redstone. Running low on redstone again, uh-oh. Okay, I believe it was 18 levels. There we go, efficiency 3. So can we put that on our pickaxe? Yeah, 3 more levels. There we go, Silk Touch, efficiency 3. That's not bad. Now, why did I not go efficiency 5? It's too fast. If you go break up the nether, I mean, netherrack just shatters. You break like 50 blocks at once. I hate that. I think 3 is a sweet spot for most things. You know, I'm not trying to go overboard with a lot of these things. Yeah. All right, that's a good wrapping up point for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a like anyway. And I will see you next time.